Good morning to everyone and welcome in this video tutorial about a simulation of my IoT system that I have created for the IoT project of the course. The system is a smart garden system in which we have different sensors that send meaningful measure about the environment and the garden, like the temperature, the quality of the water, of the air, and the soil moisture value in the soil. We can also control the irrigation system of this smart garden. And this one is the user interfaces created by me, in which we have the possibility to start and stop all the sensors that I have registered using the syntax of Fireware and using the Fireware platform, following the tutorial of Fireware that is in the website of Fireware. And so for provisioning a certain devices, we have to run a command in the prompt like this, and defining the ID, the name, the type of the devices, and so registered in the platform. And after that, I have created these user interfaces. We have also the irrigator that is a sensor but also an actuator, because you can control it sending to it the different command. And on the bottom of the page we have the possibility to retrieve the list of devices following the Fireware syntax. But at first, for starting the project, you have to start all the Docker that are provided by the Fireware platform if you follow the Fireware tutorial. And after that, for example, you can retrieve the list of all the devices that I have registered in the Fireware platform. There are also other devices that I created for try something, but in this we have the ID, the type of the device, the name following the Fireware syntax, the attributes with their type, and okay. So now we can start a simulation of, for example, a sensor. We have first to launch with Node the JavaScript file relative to the dummy devices, the temperature sensor in this case. After, we can start a subscriber provided by Fireware for viewing the data. And we can also start this subscriber that is created by myself for saving the measure in an external databases, because it's very complicated to understand in which way we can take the data in the Mongo database of Fireware, and so I created an external databases. Okay. So after that, we can, for example, start the temperature sensor, and we see that the temperature sensor start to send data, and the data we can see the data in this subscriber, and we can see that this other subscriber insert data in the external databases. Okay, now we can stop the temperature sensor, and so everything works in the right way. For retrieve the devices in the Fireware platform, you have to perform this curl get, for example, and exactly we can see that we have the sensor, and for example, for each field we have the value, but the value is the last value that we have published. So this is the problem, because we don't know how to retrieve all the history of all the value, and so I created an external database for this reason. As I said before, the irrigator is also an actuator, so we can send a command to this device, and so we run the irrigator, we run again the subscriber of fireware, and we run our subscriber for saving the data, and we can see, for example, if I start the irrigator, that the irrigator start to work, but we can also, for example, slow the irrigator, or the irrigator can work fast, and we can see that the pressure is different, the pressure of the water, and is a smart device because you can also stop manually the irrigator, but for example, if work fast, after a certain period of time the irrigator stop itself, and okay, and the data are sent again in the databases. Okay, this one is the database, the external databases. We can see that we have one table for each device, and the columns are based on the field of the message. For example, if we browse the temperature sensor table, we can see that we have all the data that we have inserted before. So, for example, the value of the temperature and the hour and the time. Okay. Take a look to the irrigator. Okay, we have the different state of the irrigator and the pressure of the water that we have registered before. If we take a look to the temperature sensor file, is a JavaScript file in which we build a message following the field, and we publish the message on the right topic when the button in the user interfaces is clicked. The subscriber created by me is a subscriber that, based on the topic and so on the device that send the message, save the message in the right table. The script.js file is a file that when someone click on a certain button start to perform an HTTP GET to start or stop the various devices. The index file is the HTML file for creating the template of the user interfaces.